My name is Camilla Nielsen Englyst. I live in Denmark in one of the many eco-villages that we do have here. It's called Hallinge. I am engaged also in our National Association of Eco-Villages, and I'm part of Gen Europe in the council as well. So I'm quite connected to the whole eco-village movement. My eco-village is somehow a small one. We're like 52 grown-ups and 35 children. I've been part of this since the beginning, so like the last 12 years or so. And currently I'm working on how to scale up and mainstream the whole eco-village concept here in Denmark. I think it's important that living in community should not be seen as some kind of subcultural niche for hippies, but more like a response to this longing that most people have in them if they dare to listen to that voice inside. So that's what we are trying here. By scaling up, we also do not only become more mainstream, involving more segments of people, but we also become stronger as a movement. We have a stronger voice and we have a stronger position in also carrying out societal tasks. For instance, today I was in a dialogue meeting with the local municipality, and you know, local municipalities that often have a lot of people whom they deem or categorize as being useless, stressed out people, alcoholics, people who have some kind of mental handicap, whatever. I mean, and how to create meaningful occupation for this group of people who are on the edge of the the labor market. And why shouldn't we as an eco-village be part of this and create something that's much more meaningful than what they provide in the local municipality? That was actually the basis of our conversation. And I think actually that being an eco-village, we can lift these tasks and we can do it differently, we can do it better. And if we are more, we can also do it on a larger scale, so that living in community becomes an asset somehow, that people can feel that connection. People who are disconnected can get that connection back by being in community. So I think that one is kind of powerful when I experience this. We have a refugee project, for instance, here in our eco-village. It's called Grow. And these people, they are traumatized. They don't smile much. And the system put them in little square rooms with psychologists all the time. It's not normally what puts a smile on people's faces. So coming here, being in nature, being in the gardens, having community lunches and so on, it creates not only jobs for the local eco-villages, but it also creates something meaningful both for the refugees, but also for the local municipalities who are somehow their hosts. So yeah, there are plenty of reasons why we have to do this. You can say, scaling up. I think for now, one of the biggest challenges would be something like how to normalize what is seen already as being a subcultural phenomenon. How to make way and navigate through systems that are keen on another kind of normality that one we are trying to introduce here. So I think to make ourselves known in the system as actually being a valuable contributor to not only rural development, but social development, people development, planet development, all kinds of developments, we can be part of that. And how to be seen as that and not just some cozy hippies living in a field somewhere. I think that's a challenge that we are at right now. Sometimes we are not really well equipped for the task. We really have to work on the narrative and how to really create the good stories here. Yeah, so I think that's a challenge, and it's a challenge that we can easily meet. We just have to change our perspective a little bit. I think what I learned from dealing with people who get in touch with the eco-village movement is that people find back to themselves again when they reconnect to their longings of being in community, a different life, and feeling also that they can cope with the climate crisis and all other crises in their everyday life. It's about empowerment, you could say. It's about taking back the power to act. and not just be passively accepting what's there without feeling that you actually have a voice or have actions to do. And I think people find that very much when they are together. So yeah, living in community, acting together, getting that inspiration, getting that hope back from each other. I think that is the lesson learned that I can see is happening when people meet and engage as groups. My hope for the future is that we succeed, that we create this change which pioneers have been struggling for. And this change which we will now try and make accessible to more people, in that more people can and should be part of this movement in their own ways, so that we can see that in civil society there's a massive force here. We talk about shrinking space for civil society action. Let's not create shrinking spaces. Let's unite forces, all of us. Civil society, corporate world even, municipalities, everybody. If we should ever fulfill in living up to the SDGs and do something that's substantial, something that really makes a change and a difference in the right direction, we have to make people know, feel, and experience that they can make that difference. I can do it, and we can do it together, so everybody can do it. That's my hope.